Mommy, have you seen my doll? I want my doll, Mommy. Have you seen my doll, Mommy?
Calm down. Does he have a mask on?
No, he's coming. He's coming.
Calm down. Help is on the way. As long as he's outside and you're inside, you'll be fine. Describe him to me.
He has a suit on and a tie. He's very tall. He has long arms. He's bald. I'm scared.
Be brave, okay? I want you to be strong right now. It's going to be fine. I'm here with you. How's your brother doing?
He's not doing anything. He's acting strange.
What is he doing?
He's staring at me.
Is he scared?
No, he's not saying anything.
How old is he?
9.
What is the tall man doing now? What's the matter?
He's in front of the window, facing me.
Back away from the window, get your brother, go into the restroom, and lock the door. Young lady, are you okay? Hello? Are you there? Hello? Young lady, are you okay?
I'm fine now. I'm not scared anymore. The tall man just wants to play. He's my friend.
Where is he? They're with me now. They're safe. Who are you? She will be missed. Sir, please don't do this. I see you already. You're scared. I feel your worries. And your doubts. The one you call Senator will be mine too. How do you know my daughter's? How do you know my daughter's name? Goodbye. Hello? Hello? Fuck, I gotta get home.
All right, good evening and welcome to Ecto Portal. I'm Anthony Anderson, your host, and I'm here with my co-host,
VERNA Wilson.
and
Linda Walker.
it's our special Halloween show tonight. That was our special little opening for you there, just to kick things off. Nothing like a good 911 call to wake you up.
I love calls like that.
Do you?
I do. I think it's sexy. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm disturbed by that. But okay.
I'm a disturbing woman.
There's probably a religion based around that somewhere.
There's actually been 911 calls on the a story about 911 calls on the news recently. Not a very nice one, though. Not a very good story.
No.
You know the story I'm talking about.
Pride. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, I can explain it. There was a news item recently that a woman who was a 911 operator hung up on hundreds of people.
Why she hung up on just...
They're finding that out, but they said that some of it was some very serious call. I mean, most of the 911 calls are very serious, but there were a few calls that were pretty serious that, she shouldn't have hung up on any of them. But they got after her for that, and
she's the 911 operator.
Of course,
duh.
yes, of course.
It's probably the first rule in the 911 operator book: do not hang up on your caller.
Do not hang up. Yes.
Isn't that the whole point of 911?
That's the whole point.
It's like a
yeah.
suicide hotline. I want to kill myself.
Oh no!
Sorry,
you can't
man.
hang up.
Sorry, honey.
No.
I got bigger priorities. I got a pizza order.
There's a killer inside my kitchen. He broke into the back door. What do I do? So
Offer him a beer.
it's my lunchtime. Can you call back? Bye.
Not good.
Do you have beer in the refrigerator? Maybe you want to offer that to him.
Yeah. Do you have some beer? That'd be great. And then they eat you or whatever. So yeah, that's disturbing.
Very
Yeah,
disturbing.
very disturbing.
Yeah,
I would. Too bad I don't know what his or her name is, so we know if that's the person. I'm gonna call back.
Well, this was over in Texas, apparently.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Oh, well, see, that explains everything.
Probably waiting on a
Why?
gun.
No
permit.
offense from people from Texas.
They're waiting on
No,
a
there's
gun
a lot of good
permit.
people in Texas.
They got a gun permit. They're waiting on.
Oh, what a world we live in.
So yeah, so it's our Halloween show. We're gonna have a special interview from Betty in Virginia City. that
Yay,
I did at the
Betty!
Washoe
Betty
Club.
Boop!
Yep, Betty Boop at the Washoe Club. She is a docent tour guide over there. She loves her job, and we love Betty. And we did an interview with her over the summer, and now is a great time to play it.
Yay!
Do either of you guys see the Mackey Mansion
No, we didn't.
Episode?
I've always wanted to tour that.
with the Ghost Adventures episode?
Oh, no, I've never seen
no,
that.
I haven't.
Okay, it was on
No.
a week before last.
No, I missed that one. I haven't been watching the Ghost
Yeah, and
Adventures.
it's okay. Many people don't. They're right there with
I don't
you.
have cable, so I
Yeah,
don't
so
get a
that's
chance to
why-
watch
What
it.
kind of ghost hunters are you? You don't watch the paranormal entertainment?
I don't.
Come on.
Come to
All
my
right.
sister's apartment. It's a lot of paranormal
Oh.
entertainment.
There's
no
paranormal. There's
commercial
paranormal
breaks.
activity in my apartment.
And no commercial breaks.
Lots
which
of
is
it.
even
and no
better.
commercial breaks at all. No.
Great. Well, they also did an episode of the Murder House in Sacramento.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
Tom's
the
house.
folks that.
Oh
we,
yes, of course
The
they were. They talked
landlady.
about that.
Yeah, and that airs this Saturday.
Oh wow.
I wouldn't mind
So-
seeing that. Maybe there's a recorded version I can watch later.
They run it to death, but I would try and catch it in that first. Oh, you mean later on?
Yeah,
anywhere?
later on after
You can go.
I'll hook you up.
You probably can get an.
I
I'll
wanna
hook you
see
up.
that.
You
I'll
can-
hook you up.
they
You have a
can stream it over
DVD
your
player?
computer.
I do.
Okay, I can hook you.
Yeah.
I'll
Good.
put both episodes out in the Mackey Mansion. Right
Oh,
there.
good.
Dude.
Thank you.
Dude,
So-
do you hear that? I'm sorry.
Dude,
Dude, did you hear that?
Dude.
It's evil.
Dude, run!
Run.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Something touched me, like in the back of my neck, and I felt it, and it was, oh, dude, I gotta go
Now
outside,
you both
dude.
on investigations have never done that. I would look at you guys really funny if you
Most-
did.
No, the Ghost Adventures do that
Exactly.
a lot.
Most real ghost hunters don't do that.
No.
On TV, they do. In fact,
do on TV.
This last week, I actually turned the episode off because I couldn't stop laughing. It was so dramatic. They were
Oh,
each getting
no.
possessed and touched, and each one of them had to leave the room or leave the house and come back in, and it was like, oh, dude, Zach, something's trying to get me. Dude, leave me alone. Dude, get back in here. No, dude.
You know where?
Oh, that would be
You know
something
where
to
I like
watch
to go?
in
I'm going to
person.
Preston Castle next month. This could be my first time going to Preston Castle. I'm real excited.
Preston Castle.
Yeah,
It's really cold there.
Oh well, I know, but I want to go in that room where Zach got possessed.
He gets possessed in every room in every house in
that
every
room,
castle.
that room,
He got possessed in a room
yeah
Every week.
every week.
Every week he's always
possessed.
he's possessed.
He ran scared this last
Now,
week.
how come on
Oh
that
my
show, if
God.
he's possessed every week, they don't have an on-show exorcist or something?
Well, that
No,
may be
he did.
next
He
season.
did once.
I mean,
He did
I'm
once.
just, you guys say he's possessed every
You
week.
mean on staff.
So you would think they would have an on-staff exorcist.
He is chasing demons all the time.
Oh, he's always chasing demons. He's a
Maybe-
demon chaser.
Maybe he does need like a resident priest on his show.
It's
But
just a thought.
I think I know why Nick left
He's
now.
a priest.
I know why Nick Groff left the show now. If you watch it, it's just a little too. Everything is a little too heightened for
Well,
your
maybe
enjoyment.
it's the Travel
It's
Channel
TV.
trying to tell him to bump it up a little bit.
You know, where one of us is like, "Oh, did you feel that breeze? Yeah, that little cold breeze. I felt it too." There, it's like, "Oh my God, something just walked by me. Did you feel that cold breeze?" That's the difference.
That's true.
You start doing that in front of me, Anthony, I'm going to look at you and say, stop.
I go, "Verna, stop right there! Don't run!"
I'll say, calm down, Anthony.
Dude, I got a scratch.
"Yeah,
Even the spirits are looking at
where?
you funny.
Where's the scratch? Here, look, I'll show
Right
you." a
here, let me
scratch.
show you a scratch. Oh no, I
I
don't
would
want to
send
look
you
down
both
there.
out of the room. I'd say, stop disturbing the spirits. Get out of the room, you both.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't last a single night with these guys in any location. I'd be like, could you all just shut up? I can't investigate if you're making so much noise.
Dude, you need a joint.
Dude.
Mellow.
So that was, whatever.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
That's okay. We still love them.
It's still fun to watch.
It is. So
When I can watch it, that is.
So what did you do this weekend?
I got caught up in my reading. So there.
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah, I got caught up in my reading, did long walks, and cleaned some of my house.
Wow, I did that too. That's what I did on Sunday.
Yeah.
Clean my house. What'd you do?
Kind of lied around and
Does
look
this
at
get
the
worse?
rain and
Okay.
drank
I did some of that,
beer
too.
and- yeah.
Oh, that's right. The rain. Yeah, that kept me in.
The
a
rain
lot.
came. Yeah, it kept me in. I'm like a cat. It's like rain. I got to get inside the house. So
Snuggle up. Do
just
stuff.
kind of snuggle up with my honey and just drank beer and just hung out.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's all
good.
I need.
And I cleaned my house. And what did I do Saturday? I went to Amoeba Records in the Haight and looked around.
Did
I
you
love
find
that
anything
store.
you liked there?
Some used CDs, I guess. Not a whole lot of video, but sometimes I have to stop going to the same place so often because I go back and there's nothing there. So
That's true.
I
Gotta
gotta space
expand
it
your
out.
territory.
Yeah, I gotta go over to
That's a
Berkeley.
great record
Berkeley
store.
more often.
Oh,
I like
yeah.
the Berkeley one better anyway, but it was still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard the one in Berkeley is going to become a cannabis shop.
Well, they're gonna have a dispensary in it.
dispensary
It's
in
not
it,
gonna
yeah.
become it. It's in it.
Oh,
So they're gonna still be there. They're just
so
adding
you can
on.
dig some tunes and get your weed.
Well, I guess the local authorities, judicial authorities, are comparing them to why they shouldn't be allowed to have it because they're kind of like Walmart. Now, anybody who's ever been in Amoeba Records in Berkeley, I don't think Walmart is the first place you think of.
I
No, not at all.
I think
Yeah, that was their, like,
64
I'm surprised they didn't
passes,
even have one.
If 64 passes and everything, then it's
Yeah.
going to be totally legit.
Yeah, they're gonna,
yeah.
they'll have it.
They're going to. Yeah,
And
they're
who
gonna
cares?
run with it.
Who
Yeah,
cares?
Yeah,
right.
who cares? Yeah.
I go there for video and stuff. If there's a dispensary, there's a dispensary.
Yeah, psh, fine
Makes no
with me.
difference to me either.
I'll just pray later.
Oh, yeah.
You know what time it is?
Yes, sir.
Time for Yes, the Halloween edition of Paranormal News with Linda. Okay, what you got?
Okay, my dears, and good evening to you all. Tonight I like to. I don't have a whole lot of news. It's been kind of a slow news kind of thing.
paranormal week.
Slow paranormal. It has been very slow.
Things are down, but it's
Everything
Halloween
down,
time.
yeah.
They
I
should be
know. All the
up.
spirits should be up.
I know.
yeah,
they're holding it
well-
out for the end of the month.
They're holding it out
course.
for the seance.
Totally.
Yep, they're waiting for the seance.
And
lady.
that's right. Well, anyhow, we all know. Speaking about paranormal shows and stuff, Paranormal State.
Oh yes, Ryan Buell.
Buell that was in jail in South Carolina.
Right.
Wound up in jail again because he got incarcerated and went back to Pennsylvania to face felony charges for allegedly stealing a rental car.
Yeah, I was reading about some of that too. He actually had it, and then he didn't bring it back. And the rental company called him and said, "Ryan, you're going to bring that car back?" And Ryan said, "Oh." They said, "Well, we have no problem extending that rental period for you." Oh, okay. And he gave him his credit card, but didn't go through.
Of course not.
And I guess he left and said, "I'll bring it back," and he didn't bring it back. He took
Yeah.
off.
Well, he's due back in court. Let's see. He had a $35,000 bail. So he posted bail. And so it said it was paid. All the money was paid on October 17th. So he's released on bail. They confiscated his passport and everything because for some reason he's so weird.
That was the deal.
That was the deal.
We'll
That
let you
he
out
is
on
not
bail,
allowed
but you
bail,
surrender
he's
your
gonna
passport.
surrender his passport. He's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
But supposedly on October 27th, he said that he was going to be in Toronto.
Wow. So authorities, listen up. Brian's giving you a little heads up. Maybe he won't be in State College, Pennsylvania for the rest of the month.
No, he'll be in Toronto.
Hopefully not with a stolen rental car.
He is some piece of work.
I have a strong hunch we've not heard the end of this story.
I have
I
that
don't
strong
think so
feeling
either.
too. Yeah.
But also in South Carolina, Beal is facing 2 third-degree felony charges and misdemeanors for theft and of leasing property and receiving stolen property and theft services. Third-degree
And what
felony
about all
in
the,
Pennsylvania carries up a
embezzlement?
fine up to $1,500 and up to 7 years in jail.
What about all the embezzlement? The money people
That's in Pennsylvania. And
Oh.
Now, wouldn't that be a
Carolina
separate
is
charge?
probably
I mean,
a lot
each
more.
state? I wonder if they do
Well,
it per state.
per state. Yeah, I'm wondering what's.
Well, this is in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
He's filling.
Yeah.
But he
he's
had
got
events
2
planned all
third-degree-
over the country.
Well, then he's got South Carolina
Oh, my
too.
God.
So
Ooh, that's
yeah,
gonna-
7
this is
years.
turning
I would say
ugly.
maybe 20 years.
Uglier than we thought.
Well,
Yeah, which is really sad because when we met him, he seemed like a really together guy. Like he was quiet,
I think he's cute.
smart. It just looked like he either hit a patch of bad luck and it's been bad ever since. But he's in the paranormal. Maybe he has an attachment. People.
Well,
people
no,
don't
there's
think
a
about
demon.
some of
Happen.
this. It
I
No,
mean,
can.
ever
seriously,
since
it really can.
I used to be a
Yeah.
I love the show, and I always remembered that he ran supposedly into a demon, that he's trying to get away from a demon or try to face this demon who is something that was going on that he was having psychological problems with or something like that. So anyhow,
Maybe he has an attachment of some kind. Maybe that's what's been causing him trouble, and it just spiraled downward. And once you make one bad decision, you usually follow by a lot more bad ones because you can't get out of the first one.
That's true, but also that and being a Catholic, I think is
Yeah,
it could be
Catholicism could be his attachment.
No, Catholicism
his
is very, very,
Is that his attachment?
I guess so. Catholicism.
I could see
Come
that.
on, Linda. Catholicism.
Well, no. I'm just saying is that
She's joking.
Of course she is.
What else you got?
Anyhow, so on the Echo Portal website, if you go to our page and everything, there's this video that I posted about a creepy doll.
Oh
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
There,
And what? Do that again.
What?
somebody there.
That's it. And this comes from a place in York, UK.
Okay.
This place was at the Black Monks. This
Oh,
ghost called the Black
I was
Monk.
reading that.
Yeah, it's this house. It's the Pritchard family.
Mm-hmm.
And their house is supposed to be one of the most haunted houses in the UK. Ooh. Okay, so apparently these 2 paranormal investigators went into this room, and there's this little doll called Victoria, but she's in a box. She's like perfectly preserved and stuff, but in the
Right.
box is a warning to don't open the box or something like that. So they moved the box or something, put the box away, let the box alone, had a camera or whatever, or did a camera, and then they took off, and then they came back, and the top was open, and the box was bent on the top box, and they freaked out, and they couldn't believe it, Oh, the box was moved from one side to another side of the room, right?
Okay.
So anyhow, it has a warning, blah, blah, blah. You see it in the video, you decide if this is real or not.
But didn't the doll speak? I thought it said.
I would love to see that.
That would be interesting.
That
here,
would be
actually.
the coolest.
I would
think
I
I
would
would
think it'd
like
be
it.
That
cool,
would be
yeah.
the best.
Well, actually, there's 2 stories with that same location. There's the original haunting around that is one of the most famous cases in England. Is that house? It's not
You're right.
It's not the Enfield haunting. It's a different location.
Okay.
But that case was covered in a movie, I guess. Like this house is haunted, or this something. The name of the movie, I forget what it's called.
I'm trying to remember.
But they opened it up for paranormal investigators, and that's what those guys were there for.
Oh.
And they're going back on Halloween night to try and capture more evidence. So, but they said no
Well-
Ouija boards and no crystal balls, no seances allowed. That was their number
Right.
one rule.
Well,
And I guess Preston has the same rule,
yeah.
by the way. So
Well,
don't leave
anyhow.
your Ouija board at home, Linda,
Why not?
because they're not allowed at Preston.
Oh,
You're
no.
not allowed to
I
have
have
Now,
seances.
no
why?
Ouija board, Preston.
This kind of puzzles me. Why do they allow investigations and everything, but they don't allow Ouija boards? Isn't it kind of this?
Because you're
opening-
unlocking and opening portals to hell. which to me is like, prove it. You prove it. I am opening a door to hell right now. I'm waiting. Can you show me the door?
you're taking
and I won't open
you're
it.
taking the same kind of risk though when you're doing an investigation. You're opening up something.
Yeah.
So an Ouija board is no different.
I agree.
Well, yeah.
I think I don't know. I think it's a crazy rule too. Every time they say it, I laugh out loud just as about it's just ridiculous to me.
Well, anyhow,
Yeah.
check out
It's
the
no
video.
different
You
than all
guys
the
can
other stuff we do.
decide. Check out the video.
Yeah,
you
it's
guys
kind-
can decide if this is real, is not real. I think it's
Okay.
kind of real. I think it's true. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it can happen. I've been through things like that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You never
anyhow,
know.
and there's not much news or anything, but I thought it was just really cute. I also put it out in our Echo Portal page. Vintage Halloween costumes, which I absolutely adore it because these
yeah,
are the
the
most
pictures are
creepiest.
funny.
Oh, those pictures.
Creepiest
yeah.
costumes in
They
the
are.
universe. Kids back then,
I'd be
boy,
scared if I
I'd
saw
be scared to even walk
People
down the
used to
street
make
with
their
these
costumes,
children.
and they were more homemade. They were fun looking.
Yeah.
They're fun
Yeah.
looking. They were frightening.
Frightening,
Those are
but they were
really
cool.
spooky.
Well,
I
that's
mean-
the homemade ones to me are a lot more scary and cool looking than the
Yeah.
store
than the
made.
kids
Exactly.
today. You know, kids
Yeah.
say,
God, I
wanna be
would
a
make my
princess,
kids
you
make
know.
their masks because they would be so weird looking because
Yeah.
they weren't quite sure what they were doing. So
Yeah.
they'd look even more weird and crazy.
Right.
That's what I would do.
Okay, so I got a question.
Make it quick because we're going to go to
Okay, Anthony, what was your favorite costume in Halloween when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, well, there was a period where my mom dressed me up in things I didn't want to be. So the hobo, the woman,
I could see you as a hobo.
you know, but you go through that phase
I'd love
where
to
your-
see that,
your mom
actually.
dresses you up in things that
They dress
you
you
don't
up as a
understand.
woman?
Dressing you up.
Any pictures?
Can I finish? I was probably little, and your mom's going to dress you up in things that you don't understand because it's even funnier when you don't understand, and she does.
Uh-huh.
And everyone else is laughing. You're like, what? I don't want to wear this if you're going to laugh at me so much. And then they take pictures and they laugh some more, and you're like, I don't want to wear this at all outside. And then your friends go, what are you supposed to be?
So there are pictures somewhere.
I doubt it.
You had a humiliating childhood.
No, I'm just saying this is what people go
Anthony.
through.
Every time we hear something.
Okay, Verna.
And you got older brothers.
My favorite costume?
Yep.
Oh, I remember. My favorite costume, believe it or not, was a fairy princess costume that Mother got us in Payless store back in Valley Fair. And the reason I loved it is because the wings were really silvery wings and the crown had a big star and it was all glittery and I loved that crown. So I loved it. I felt
She's
like
wearing it right now.
I know, she's still a fairy princess. Okay, for me,
I don't mind. I like being a
Verna,
fairy princess.
What
You still
was
have
I?
it? You don't have it, right?
Oh no, I wish.
Okay.
So,
would be
Verna, what
fun.
was
It'd be kinda fun
I
if you
every
still had it.
Halloween? You know what I
What?
was every Halloween.
Okay, she was Morticia every Halloween.
But you know
Every
what?
Morticia.
Halloween.
She looks more like Morticia than you do, though, physically.
Oh, you
I
are.
think.
I wish.
What?
I.
Oh, it'll be okay, Linda.
Oh,
Linda,
don't
on
try.
Halloween, you are Morticia.
That's okay. That's fine. Hobo.
Hobo.
She's going to get back at you.
Hobo.
Man,
Oh,
the stubble, the fake stubble when you're like 6.
Oh,
It just
boy.
You're
looks-
never going to live that one down now, Anthony.
It's a million times wrong.
I'm going to contact your family. I'm going to find those
My mom's
pictures.
dead. Good luck there. Well, maybe tonight.
We're going to have the board out.
You have to find out what brother has what pictures because I don't. I don't have. I only have.
There's
two
a picture
pictures.
of Linda dressed as Morticia. I have it.
Really.
Yeah, I've seen it. I should
Uh-oh.
publish it
Put
if
it
I
on
find
Facebook.
it.
You're gonna
Yeah.
put it on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find it.
I don't have any pictures of me in a costume for us for Facebook. I wish I did. I don't.
Oh, well. Maybe before
I'll dig one
Halloween
up,
hits,
but-
I'll dress you up as a hobo.
Oh, I could go out on Market Street and do some research tonight. All right.
Okay.
That's what that doll sounded like. Okay, and just before we go to our first music break here, right after the music break, we're going to come back, and I'm going to play that interview with Betty from the Washoe Club,
Yay, Betty.
talking about her career at the Washoe Club as a docent and tour guide, her life before that, what she did, what she believes in, and some of her experiences at the Washoe Club. And you've had experiences there.
Yes, I did.
And
That was the first time I met Betty Boop.
There you go. Yeah, you can't forget Betty. I love Betty.
Yeah, she's
I hope
a great
Betty's
lady.
listening to us tonight.
Yay.
Say hi to Betty.
Hi, Betty.
We're going to go up there soon, I promise.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
All
I'd
right.
love to go.
It's awesome. All right. We're going to go to our first music break here. And then when we come back, we're going to play that interview for you with Bette Weimar from Virginia City, Nevada on Ecto Portal.
Hidey, 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 hidey. Hidey, 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 hidey. Whoa! You didn't see me climb through the window. Nobody had to open that door. I just climbed right through the wall, and I want you one and all to stand aside and let me have the floor. Take a look, I'm not such a stranger. Here's the face you cookies all ought to know. You can tell me I'm not wanted, but the joints will still be haunted, 'cause I'm the ghost of Smokey Joe. Remember when I kicked the bucket in my mansion up on Strivers Road? When they came and took me off in a $1,000,000 coffin, 'cause I'm the ghost of Smokey Joe. Tell me, do you remember Minnie? Yeah, we remember Minnie. That frail I never found. You never recognize your Minnie. You mean to say that Minnie quit kicking the gong around? I got a date on my estate down in Hades. Call my chariot so I can go. And should the boot you're walking, just tell her you've been talking to the ghost of Smokey Joe. Yes, I remember Minnie. She's that frail I never found. You mean to say that Minnie quit kicking the gong around? I got a date on my stake down in Haiti. Oh, but chariot so I can go. And should the moon you're walking, just tell her you've been talking to the ghost of Smokey.
I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. Walking with a dead man over my shoulder. I'm all dressed up with nowhere to go. Walking with a dead man over my shoulder. and every shadow filled up with doubt. I don't know who you think you are, but before the night is through, I wanna do bad things with you. I'm the kind to sit up in his room, heart sick and eyes filled up with blue. I don't know what you've done to me, but I know this much is true. I wanna do bad things with you. Okay. You came in, the air went out, and all those shadows there filled up with doubt. I don't know who you think you are, but before the night is through, I wanna do bad things with you. I wanna do real bad things with you. I don't know what you've done to me, but I know this much is true. I wanna do bad things with you. I wanna do real bad things with you.
Ooh, we are back from our music break.
We're back.
All right, so we're going to do an interview with Betty here in just a couple seconds. This is the one I said I recorded in July, I think, in Virginia City, Nevada. And we were there for the weekend, hanging out, investigating the Washoe Club, of course, with Betty. And we recorded this interview like in between with some of her tour sets. So you're going to hear some of that mixed in. And she gives a really good tour. She's very humorous. She's very smart. She knows her history. She knows her stuff. And she's a lot of fun. She's a great person.
And she
Great
reminds
person.
me of Stevie Nicks.
So stand back in the middle of the room. All right, so let's go right into that interview, folks, and we'll be right back after this in the Ecto Portal with our special Halloween show.
Yay!
The Haunted History Tour is going up right now out front. And you may survive.
Well, welcome to the Washoe Club, folks. When this was the Millionaires Club, it was the meet and greet room. So let's meet and greet. I'm Betty from Yuma, and now I live in Virginia City. I've been here for 2 years. Where are you guys from? Washington. Washington State?
Folsom, California.
Folsom. Very cool. What are you girls?
Betty,
Yes, Anthony.
before you lived in Virginia City, can you tell me a little bit about your background, just a general?
Well,
idea where you
I
come
was an
from?
educator,
Okay.
stand-up comedian, teacher, Army medic. I moved here, and shortly after moving here, I went on the Ghost Tour. And while I was standing there, my bangs got moved. And I was so amazed by that, I said to the tour guide, "Is there a breeze in here?" And he goes, "No, ma'am." And he kept talking, and then my bangs got moved again. It was like I could feel the fingers brushing my bangs off my forehead. And I'm looking around for an open window, And I'm thinking, okay, I'm not moving, creating a breeze. Why is my hair moving?
Again,
Yes,
twice.
right. By this time, the tour guide's off in another room, and my hair got moved again. And I went running after him. I can't stand to listen to that little tape I made with my phone because I sound like Peter Griffin from Family Guy because I'm going, something with my hair. And it's like 5 minutes of me laughing because I laugh when I'm nervous.
Like a nervous laughter, like, hey,
Yes,
guys.
yes. And that amazed me so much that I sat down in the saloon for days going, you guys, this place is really haunted. You've got to go on the tour.
Now, were you living here at that time?
Yes, I just moved here.
Okay.
And I was looking for a job. And I didn't know they were hiring. They had an ad on Craigslist. So I real quick got in my my resume, and I thought, well, I'm not a paranormal investigator. I watch the shows but fall asleep. But I thought being a substitute teacher and a comedian, I'll be able to, get people through on time.
Right.
So they hired me. Well, the Washoe Club was actually called the Douglas Building in the beginning. It was built in 1862 when we were the richest place on earth. And Mr. Douglas designed the second floor to be shops and offices. There was a doctor's office, a tinsmith, all kinds of things. And upstairs was a very upscale boarding house with a dining room. And the bottom floor was always a saloon. And the saloon is actually the oldest saloon in Virginia City, simply because the building didn't burn down in the Great Fire of 1875. 80% of the structures in town burnt down, but luckily no one was hurt. The Millionaires had a club that burnt down, and this was a nice big building, and they ended up taking over. And so from 1862 to 1875, it was the Douglas Building, and then it became the Washoe Club. Washoe is the name of the Native American tribe here. When the Millionaires took over, they really decked it out. They had Levi of Levi Strauss put velvet on the walls. There was solid silver, there was a billiard table that had solid silver corners. There was diamond dust mirrors from France and beautiful chandeliers, two of which are downstairs. Have the bartender shine a light on the diamond dust mirror. It sparkles like diamonds because it is crushed diamonds. It'll never yellow. It's huge. And the Millionaires were only here for about 10 or 15 years. And after they left, it became a boarding house, both floors, and slowly fell apart. And in 1984, one of the rooms caught fire, and the fire marshal came in and saw that the place was falling apart and condemned the building. And it was condemned up until just about 2012, because in 2004, when Ghost Adventures were here, and they captured the spirit, we had so many people who wanted to come in that the person who bought it ended up making it okay to bring the public up here. We had to put a roof, a sprinkler system, and make the floor so you wouldn't fall through. And we started tours just about 3.5, 4 years ago. There's actually so much information, you can't pack it into one tour. And my stand-up comedy comes in well. And I stole this one from Phyllis Diller. I went to the dress store and I told the lady I was a medium, and she wanted me to contact her dead Aunt Margaret.
So, have you ever had any experiences before you moved here on your own, like any personal experiences?
Well, that's kind of neat when you ask me about the evolution of becoming a tour guide.
That's right, we were talking about that.
Yeah, is that I noticed that when I was a child, I had things like I could hear my dog that passed away. I would hear its toenails come in and on the side of the bed, and then I realized he's passed. And then when I was a child, my father passed away, and I could count on my two hands how many times he's come to me in a dream. So in dreams, I've had like an intuition type of thing. But I'd kind of gotten away from using my intuition and all. And when I started working here, and it's all about the paranormal, I decided to increase my intuition. And it's like a muscle. You need to, and I studied on how to meditate and your pineal gland and all that stuff that I know now. But it's something that I'd kind of forgotten as an adult. And so
kind
now
of an awareness. You have to become self-aware again on how you look at the world and around you and listen. You're not always just seeing, you're hearing, you're feeling, everything around you. Even if you don't always see what's in front of you, there could be something behind you.
Yes. And that's the one thing I noticed was that you need to pay attention to all of your senses. Because here we have very frequently reported you can smell floral perfume. And I've seen it happen where one person, it'll usually a man, will smell it and go, look at my arms, and they'll have cold chills, their hair, and only he will smell it. Or there is cherry-flavored tobacco that'll follow us around.
Wow.
And so I've been studying a lot about the metaphysical, and one thing I've learned is there's a lot of paranormal posers. There's a fine line between a psychic and a psychotic because they come on my tour.
This is very true. There's
Yes.
a lot of psychics who actually are psychotic, and I think some of the psychotics probably claim they are psychic, so I could see that, where they would blur sometimes too.
Well, I think if you see the other side,
Yeah.
that maybe that would make you a little crazy.
Yeah, this is true.
So I have a science background. My dad worked at Cape Kennedy, and I've always loved science and science fiction. So I really have tried to find the most plausible way to tell the stories here. And I've noticed the different paranormal groups that come here to spend the night and do investigations. There are some that are very, very serious, and there's some that are just come here to play.
Yeah, as you've seen, we come to play. We play cards, do shots, have fun, dance, whatever we can to react and get a make a good impression, and you can get a lot of reactions from it.
Right. Yes. So, so I have reconnected. I've been here 2 years now, and I could tell that my psychic awareness is improving. And one way is to stop drinking so much, and those sort of things.
No, shut up.
And one thing about this town is there's more saloons than people.
Oh my God! Yeah,
So-
I think it's almost has to be on your hobby list that you drink
Right.
to live here. I think that's part of the requirement to live
Right.
in Virginia City.
Right. Yes.
So I mean, as far as personal experiences, do you see things yourself? Like at the
I have
corner of
never
your
seen
eye?
like a full body apparition come up and shake my hand, but I saw what looked like a tennis ball on fire move slowly through a room, and someone else saw it too. It was at night, and it had an orange glow at the front and green at the end, and it went through a wall.
Wow.
And I've also seen what looked like a ribbon on a stick moving very quickly, and it was a really pretty blue color, and it went past me and another lady, and it felt like a bucket of ice went through us. And that's what I've seen with my eyes. But through cameras and other devices that people have seen and spirit boxes, my holy grail is that I've spoke to a spirit named Tom. There were some trauma nurses from San Diego that had a spirit box, and I'd only seen them on TV. And I wanted to see how they work. How does it work? Because I want the best technology we can get.
Right.
And they said, I walked in and their K2 meters started blinking. And they go, who are you? I go, well, I work here. We were back in the whiskey cellar, and it's
Right.
a mortuary. It was used as a temporary morgue. It's nicknamed the Crypt. So I walk into the Crypt, and they go, who are you? Because all their lights were blinking. And I go, well, I work here. I'd been here about a month. And they go, do you know her? Into this box is going, pshoo, pshoo, pshoo. And it went, yes, Betty. And I went, oh my God! I have to hear my name in this otherworldly, it was like a faraway walkie-talkie. That I said,
And your name too.
yes,
It's
yes.
even
I go, who
better.
are you? He goes, Tom. They go, when did you die? The nurses said that. And he said, they got all excited, started filming. And it said, they said, Tom, 60s, heroin, because he knew what they were going to ask next. And they go, how many spirits are here? And then we heard a lady's voice go, lots. And then it stopped. Well, I thought that was really exciting, but I've talked to that same spirit 3 times now. And the last time was through a Geo box that Steve Huff bought, and the AM Coast to Coast Radio, David Weatherly was here, and Connie Willis. And we had a really good conversation with him.
I'm fascinated by the geo boxes. Some of them are different, but it's amazing how clear they come through in those.
And there's no radio bleed through.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, I don't have one. They're very expensive to build and to have, like the actual physical box. I know you can buy the app, which is a little more affordable. But yeah, it's pretty wild. In fact, last night when we were up here doing a ghost box session, we asked, "Is Tom here?" Betty's friend Tom, and who should come through on the ghost box? Tom.
Yes.
Let's play that for you right now. Hold on just a sec. Let's play that. Give us a name.
Peter?
Tom? Tom, are you here? Okay, that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, wow.
Right?
Well,
I mean, I don't think that's a coincidence. You're here all day.
Right. They know
Talk
us.
to Tom, and Tom comes through.
One time when Trinity Dawn was here, she brought an Ovulus, and she was tagging along on my tour. I had a tour with nobody on it in the wintertime. We don't get a lot of people here. I was talking about my tour, and it said laughter, and there is a lot of laughter on my tour.
Yeah.
And then we went back in this one room where I talk about there was an explosion next door, a lot of people were killed, and I talk about General von Bocklin. And while we were waiting for all the people to line up, her Ovulus went, General. I'm like, well, spoiler alert, that's what we're supposed to talk about next. And then in a room in the back, in the top, there's an antique window next to a modern window. And you can see how it's real bumpy. And I go, and I tell the children I teach, I go, now this is an antique window. It's called float glass because they float the leaded molten glass onto a bed of mercury. Mercury's little beads that could take the heat. When it cools off, they wipe the mercury off, and there's the state-of-the-art window for the 1800s. So while we're waiting for everybody to line up, they said, Mercury. Yeah, they want to let us know. Yes. And so when they brought the Geo box up here, when the guy had kind of walked off by himself and we caught up with him, it's the room where the doll is. We have an antique doll that I had named Dolly. And it said Betty when I walked in. And they hadn't got it to do anything until I caught up with him. Wow. And I go, Tom, is that you? And I sat down. I was excited. They were excited to see that I was excited, and I recognized the voice. Wow. And then he went, box. I'm like, yeah, it's a pretty cool box, huh? And I had a replica weapon on me. And he goes, gun, shoot. And so I went, well, it's a fake. And it clicked, And they go, Tom, what do you think of Betty? And he goes, she's kind. I'm like, kind of weird, eh? And then I wanted to ask him if his heroin overdose was an accident or on purpose. And he said, accident. Oh, wow. And then someone said, why haven't you crossed over? And he goes, it's complicated. And we all started murmuring and talking and laughing and everything. And he said something else. And they go, can you repeat that? We missed it. And he goes, no. I love a sense of humor.
No do-over, sorry.
Yeah. And one time,
you've had a lot of photographs too, right, from people on the tour.
Yes.
And stuff.
And I need help debunking them because a lot of times it's just camera anomalies. I've learned. Yeah. It's dust or whatever, but some we have are phenomenal. But I think one time there was a child who had a mohawk and he had a K2 meter and a spirit box, and he was so cute. And he goes, "Do you know you're dead?" And we heard this lady's voice. It was very far away, and she had an accent. She went, "We're not dead," and which gave me the cold chills. But then I realized it's everlasting life. So
well, my theory is I always laugh when we have investigators who use devices to communicate and talk. Like, do you know you're dead? What year did you die? And they get answers back. It's like, if they're dead, they can't really talk back to you. So maybe they're not dead.
Right.
They exist somewhere around you. They're not dead. Your body's dead.
Although I've got some toddler stories, and it was a young couple. They had a baby on the hip, and I was trying to talk, and the baby started babbling, and I talked a little bit louder, and then I was stunned into silence because this kid is pointing up, and he's going, "I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead," and he was like really excited to tell us that, and I went, "Whoa!" And then the parents go, "We didn't teach him that." He was like too young to know. I'm dead, I'm dead. That was weird. And then I had another toddler that kept throwing himself to the floor and crying, and he was kind of ruining the tour for everybody. And halfway through, he goes, "The Gray Girls won't stop singing to me!" And that gave me, and the willies, and, because I was new. Now I think it's cool, but in the beginning, I'm like, whoa. But if that was my baby, I would get him out of there. She kept that baby on the last tour, and he was very fussy.
It's funny you should say that about the Gray Girls won't stop singing. When we did our very first overnight here, when I captured a picture at the top of the stairs, which is actually in the bar in a frame, if you're at the Washoe Club, look underneath the warthog.
Hakuna Matata? Yeah.
Pumbaa on the wall, because you'll see the picture. On that same night, we got girls singing in the background the whole night in different rooms on different floors. That's la, la, la. They were singing together constantly the whole night. I thought... we had two other girls in the group with us, and I asked Amanda, one of our investigators, "Were you singing the whole night? Like just la la la?" She goes, "I wasn't singing at all. What are you talking? I can't sing."
Yeah.
The whole night long, it was these two girls singing in unison.
Wow.
So maybe the gray girls hang around here.
Yes. Well, I sometimes, because I'm an art teacher, I bring colors up and I'll sit on the floor. And we got an EVP once when I said, "What's your favorite color?" And we heard a lady's, and it sounded like the same one that said, "We're not dead." I heard that one later, but the first time I heard her voice, she said, "What does it matter?" And then she said, "Black."
Black is in still. Sorry. So recently, the Ghost Adventures just shot an episode here?
Not here, but they came to town for about a week, and they were super friendly and nice. And they filmed at the Mackey and across the street at the Mark Twain bookstore.
And you've met them, talked to them, hung out?
A little bit, yeah. I tried to stay out of their way because everybody was hounding him. But it was funny because I would be on my tour, and I'd hear tromping around. I'd look around, and when you see Zach Bagans walk through your tour, it's like, yeah, there's the guy. Because when they caught the spirit that was walking in our ballroom, and because of that, Travel Channel picked them up. Mm-hmm. That was their first episode. And then the show became famous, and then the Wash Show became famous because of the show. And we just opened up for tours just 4 years ago. We're their holy grail. We gave them their start.
Exactly, the holy grail.
I didn't know I was moving to Virginia City. I plopped down with an old high school friend in Reno, and then I came up here just to visit, and it's mesmerizing. And I have a lot of people say, "Why is it haunted?" I really don't know why. Why is there ghosts? And someone once said that they think it's because the mountain is mostly quartz, and quartz can hold data, and it's also still infused with silver and gold, which is like an antenna. And to me, that made the most sense because I can really feel my sister and my mom close to me, and my father died, almost 50 years ago. It's starting to come back, and I really feel like the veil is thinner here.
Every shop owner, I swear, has at least one or two stories to tell. Even the ones that haven't been here very long, I noticed. We wander in all the time to some of the newer shops, and everybody's got another story to share.
Yes. And that's why I get in trouble for my tours going too long, because I want to tell all the stories, and everybody wants to tell their stories.
Well, you get passionate about it. You get into it. And obviously you get excited about the people coming on the tour, wanting to share theirs. And there's,
you could tell the skeptics, and if it's a carpenter or whatever, I want to tell them more about the structure or the history of the town and mining.
What did they do to repurpose, or I guess redo the structure to keep it afloat? Right. Always a different perspective.
Right.
With different people.
And every one of my tours is a little bit different. That's what I love about it. It's a fun job. Well, thank you so much for interviewing me.
Thank you for letting me interview you.
And I've learned a lot from you. I like to learn about the paranormal. Like you taught me the difference between a Class A and a Class B EVP. That's why, in a way, I don't like the way the TV shows put words at the bottom.
To tell you what they say.
Right, because I hear something totally different.
Yep. So make sure you stop by the WASHO Club and take a tour.
And by the way, our website is dormant. It's there, but you can't interact with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we can't take it down, but you can't send money or write to us. So go to our Facebook, WASHO Club Museum.
And when you take the tour, make sure you tip your tour guides very well.
Oh, that would be great.
They do work very, very hard all day long. Imagine talking all day long, because that's what they do.
I always say just tip the ghost, and then I'll split it with them and take it with me.
There you go.
Or I can throw it up in the air, and they can keep what they want, and if it lands on the ground, it's mine.
Or buy them a drink.
Woohoo! The shadow people tend to be observers that don't want to be observed, and they also move quickly if you happen to catch one in a...
Hello, and welcome back to Ecto Portal. That was our interview with Betty. I hope you enjoyed that. And now we're going to take a quick music break for a while. And when we come back, we're going to do our live on-air Ouija board seance.
With it.
Correct?
Yes.
And if you want,
we're all set up.
If you have a question for the spirits and you want to convene with us as we get in tune, if you want to give us a call, we'll take your question live on the air with the call. And we'll ask the board and see if the board and the spirits and the paranormal world have an answer for you.
You never know.
You never know. So if you want to give us a call tonight and join in the fun, that number is, get ready, 628 628-444-3202. Again, 628-444-3202. So that way you can join in, ask a question if you're really curious to see what the board has to say. We're also videotaping just the seance so we can put it on our Facebook page tomorrow so you can see some of the results. But you can hear them live as well because we'll have microphones catching those spirits' answers. So again, that number 628-444-3202, and that'll be in about 10 to 12 minutes. Think about it like about 9:15. So if you want to give us a call about 9:15 to 9:20, we'd love to hear from you. All right? Stay tuned for Ecto Portal and our live Ouija board seance.
What's the problem, ma'am? Oh, well, there's some guy been checking the place out. Oh. Well, he went in the back. I have an apartment in the back, and he said he was looking for a guy. And he comes to my door, and said he's looking for an apartment. So I live alone, and I'm an old lady. Mm-hmm. Where is he now, ma'am? I don't have no idea.
Halloween in Tijuana, full moon in my eyes. I wonder how in the hell I got here without a disguise. Should I take this last step or turn myself around, or follow my intuition into that border town? Yo quiero bailar en Mexico. We do the desperation samba con los amigos. Yo quiero bailar en Mexico. We do the desperation samba con los amigos. Pretty girls, they beckon from their rooms above. Skeletons are dancing in the name of love. Don't know where I'm going, I don't like where I've been. There may be no exit, but hell, I'm going in. Yo quiero bailar en Mexico. We do the desperation samba con los amigos. Yo quiero bailar en Mexico. We do the desperation samba con los amigos. I hear the people singing that same old haunting tune. I drink because I know it's me against the moon. Yo quiero bailar en Mexico. We do the desperation samba con los amigos. Yo quiero bailar en México. We do the desperation samba con los amigos. Amigo. Bailar en amigos. Yo quiero a bailar en México. Y to the desperation samba con los amigos.
Welcome to my house.
Hey, can you ghosts keep it down, please? I am trying to get some sleep here. It's dark and you're alone. The house begins to moan. The windows start to slam and the doors commence to jam. All of a sudden the lights go out. There's terror all about. You think you're gone insane when somebody calls your name. Then you hear the sound of footsteps echo in the hall. But when you open up the door, there's no one there at all. Was that just the wind or someone creeping up the stairs? You get so nervous that you nearly miss your underwears. You never been so scared by the sound of something strange. The rattle of bones and chains, and you get misgivings living in a haunted house. They're scratching at the door, feel a heartbeat through the floor. It's a ghostly rhythm living in a haunted house. The plates and silverware go flying through the air. Feel a hand around your neck and you become a nervous wreck. You jump into your bed, pull the covers over your head. You think it's just a dream until you hear somebody scream. Your heart jumps up into your throat, you're paralyzed with fear. Then you hear a demon voice say, "Get out of here!" You start to run, but there is nowhere left for you to hide. You realize you're standing in the spot where someone died. You're terrified by the sound of something strange, the rattle of bones and chains, and you get misgivings living in a haunted house. They're scratching at the door, feel the heartbeat through the floor. Yeah, the ghost got rhythm living in a haunted house. Every ghost goes. That sounds so good, it's scary. Suddenly, the phone rings. Hello, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Hello? Hello? Who is this? Oh my God! The line's been cut! The phone! It's dead! And the sound is something strange. The rattle of bones and chains. And you get misgivings living in a haunted house. It's scratching at the door, feel a heartbeat through the floor, and you're just not wanting, it's a haunted house. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, boy, this house is bugging. Okay. Ew! Okay, who slimed my pillow? Yuck! And whoever wrote, "You're dead" in blood on the bathroom mirror, I want it cleaned up before I get up in the morning. Hey, let's not get fresh here, okay? Oh, hey, come on, stop! Oh, I got tickled! Stop! Stop it! Stop!
Why don't you come into the house?
And we are back to Ecto Portal. That little break there was Desperation Samba by Jimmy Buffett and Haunted House by Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, also known as Cassandra Peterson. One of the groundlings in LA, I believe, with Pee Wee Herman. Was also a groundling. All right, so we're
That was pretty good.
We're gonna start our Ouija board seance, and I think we got some good pictures of it, so you can see it on Facebook. We also have a video running of the actual seance. It's kind of mystic and it's kind of moody looking. It's not too overlit. It's kind of dark, but you'll see the candle and where Linda's at, and we'll do our little seance. Now, if you want to ask a question of the board, here's how it's going to work. You're going to call in. We're going to patch you through. We're going to get your question from you, and then we're going to probably let you go. We're just going to ask your question directly. So listen in for your answer, and maybe we'll get an answer for you, all right?
Also, Verna, can you, this is not your traditional Ouija board that everybody knows. This is a very special Ouija board. It's called Angel Quest. Will you explain a little bit about this board, Verna?
Yeah, this particular board was actually originally meant to call in angelic energy, which of course has a very high positive spiritual energy, but actually you can use it to call in different types of spirit energy. However, it's a board that's basically has a lot of angelic energy connected to it. This was given to me as a gift from actually your manager at the metaphysical store where you used to work. Remember the store in San Diego.
But just what does the board represent, just real quickly?
It represents angelic energy and a very high spiritual energy, and we're going to be using it to call in different types of spirits, not just angelic spirits, but different types, but very positive energy.
Great.
The board has, yeah.
And that number, by the way, again is 628-444-3202. 628-444-3202. If you want to call in and ask a question of the board and be part of our Ouija seance, you can do so. All right, so let me get some vibrations. Just a little. Get us in the mood a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to move over so I can touch the planchette with Linda.
And I'm going to go ahead and say a prayer of protection.
Okay, so
and I'm going to bring in the spirits.
Do you want to do all that first before we begin?
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So I ask for the great light, who is both the one and the many, to come in and fill this room with light and protection. And I ask for angelic spirits and for our guides and helpers to come in and surround us with protection so that no negativity can enter, and only those spirits that are positive and connected with us and want to work with us and help us may enter this room. And we are all blessed and protected here.
Okay.
So now we shall begin.
Go ahead and do
I
your
will
protection first.
calling in. And we shall begin.
Do you have? Are we going to do your protection, or we're not going to do that?
We just did.
Oh, okay.
We
I'm just
did
saying. Last time you did a lot longer, and
last time I had us ground. We can go ahead and do that if we feel better doing that.
we could probably keep going. We're good.
We're good.
No,
Okay,
I'm good.
we're good.
I'm
Yeah.
grounded.
Okay.
I've been grounding
Yeah.
myself all day.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so
Yes.
let's
Thank
get
you for
in-
reminding me that.
Absolutely. So let me get the. Let's put the vibrations back on.
And this little box that you guys see here flashing is my spirit box. It's called a PX. It's one of the first spirit boxes that were before the Ovilus and the other speaking boxes.
Do we
came
put
out.
both hands on? Is that how this works?
So, Verna, what do we do?
You can go ahead and
many
use.
fingers?
You can go ahead and use one hand each, or you can
Okay.
use both hands.
Let's use one hand each. That'll be
Yeah.
more interesting. Okay.
And I'm going to go ahead and write the messages that come in. So that's why I have my notebook here in case anybody's viewing the video.
Okay. And do you want to ask a question first, Linda?
Is anybody here with us? Typical. Do we have any odd fellows that would like to speak through us?
Was that a no? It's close to the no. Do we have someone else who's not an odd fellow with us? Number 4. Is there 4 people with us? Is there 4 of you with us now? Is that, I'm not sure, it's between yes and no?
No, it's in the middle. It's in the middle.
So
Okay.
maybe there's only 2. Maybe you're not sure if there's 4 people with us, maybe? Maybe that's the problem, is you're not sure whether there's 4. So let's just ask this. Is there somebody with us, period? Is there somebody joined us tonight to watch this Ouija board seance on our Halloween show? And that would be no. So maybe that's not why they're watching us. Are you watching us because you just like to watch us in general? Do you like our show? Do you want to be on our show? Call in. Anybody else wants to call in and ask a question of the board, please do so now. That's 628-444-3202. And we're going to continue on. Do you have another question for him? Are you a man or a woman? Are you a man? Is this a man? Okay. Is this a woman? Undecided? Okay.
A demon.
Are you a demon? No, nothing's going on.
An angel.
Are you an angel? Are you someone who watches or follows with one of the 3 of us here sitting here tonight during this seance? Do you know one of the 3 of us very, very well? Yes or no? Is that a no or a yes? It's a yes. Were you not wanting to admit that at first? Because I wondered for a second. You want to hold off a sec?
I also have this little box right here. If you are present, you can touch this box and we'll make a little ding. So go ahead.
A physical.
Touch
right?
my box.
And also I have a voice recorder over here too as well. So if you want to say something into the voice recorder, this little red light, it'll also pick up your voice.
So we got all kinds of things for you to contact us.
All right, let's ask one more question, then we'll swap out. And then Verna, you can swap places with Linda.
Sure.
Ready?
Okay. So if you know one of us, is it the lady to the right? Or is it
I think you're going to have to ask yes or no, right?
yes or no?
Or a letter. V for Verna or L for Linda.
Or A for Anthony?
E between E and F. Okay, you're confusing us. Now remember we said a V for Verna, L for Linda, or A for Anthony. A, okay. A, okay. It's for me.
It's for Anthony.
Great. Be nice. We asked that you be nice on the show. All right. Great. So do you want to swap places?
Sure. Go over now.
Okay, now Linda and Verna are swapping places. Linda's going to write down the words and or answers to the questions, and Verna's going to take her place.
Oops, talking.
Oh, okay. We mixed things up a little, so maybe we got some different reactions. Okay. Is it phonetic?
It's phonetic.
Okay. So, do you want to go ahead and ask a question, Verna?
Yeah. Let's see.
Get your microphone over there. I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes. If there is somebody here who is connected with me, tell me your name. M.
M.
V.
MV. Could be initials. Could be a first middle initial.
W.
Okay.
MW. Mercedes Wilson. It's my mother.
Yes.
Hello, Mother. Mother, is there anything you want to say? We're on the air. You're on radio, Mother. So anything you want to say.
Linda apologizes for the box joke.
That went over her head. I love my mom, but she's 2 enchiladas short to a combination plate.
She's right here. That's embarrassing.
Mother's here.
She goes, "Oh, Linda." I know.
Was that? No, you want to prove to Linda that you are definitely here. Can you give us a sign on the board here, like Linda's first initial L? Or do you want Linda to stop talking, maybe say no, or do you want her to keep talking? Physically, that's interesting. Physical touches on the PX.
It's my mother.
Yep,
It's our mother. She's here.
She's like, I don't need to do it on the board. I can sit right next to her and do
My
it.
mom likes to touch the box.
I guess so. All right.
Mhm.
So are you still with us? What's her first name?
Mercedes.
Mercedes. What a great first name.
Yeah.
Are you with us still?
Yes, she is. Mother, do you have a message from Linda and I? Or for Anthony?
Or for me? I'll take it.
Yeah, this is Anthony, Mother.
Hi.
He's a good friend of mine, and he's the host on the radio show that I co-host now, Mom. And Linda does the news every week.
Can you give me an initial of a first name of someone who's with us for me?
Do you want to touch more of the box, Mom?
Whoa.
Got a Z.
A Z. A Z. Okay. Yes. Is that confirmation of a Z?
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
Okay.
Is that a first initial of a name, the Z?
Z again.
Z. Interesting. Yes.
Mother, I'm going to give you room. Anything you want to say to any three of us, just go ahead, spell it out, Mother.
Okay.
Do you want to say something?
Why? Probably for yes. I think.
Is that for yes? Do you want to say something?
Bring all your energy.
I got a no.
Maybe he's asking, why do I want to have
Why
to say
no?
anything? Because we just like to know that you're here. It comforts us to know that you're with us. Business?
Dizziness.
Dizziness? Oh, are you dizzy? Are you trying to talk on the box there too? Yes. Is there just one person here with us, or is both Mercedes and somebody for me? Is there two people? Two people here? Show us the number 2. Show us the number 2 on the board if 2 people are here watching over us.
No.
Interesting.
Is there only one person here?
heard something. Actors.
Is that mom in between?
Flirt.
Mom, did you bring someone with you? Did you bring someone with you?
So mother brought something.
Okay. Is that person someone you know very, very well?
Feels like a yes.
Yeah. Is this another relative of Linda and Verna?
Yes.
Okay.
Mother, who is it? Can you spell the name?
Just give us the first letter of the first name.
Yes, that would be good. Oh. M. Marvin.
Marvin.
My father.
Oh.
Marvin Wilson?
Is this Marvin?
Marvin Lloyd Wilson. My dad. Yes. Hello, Dad.
Wow.
So
Family
both my
reunion.
parents are here.
Family reunion on our Ecto Portal show this week.
Glad you came in.
You guys watching the show? Do you like hanging out with us when we do the show? These two have fun. I have fun. Hopefully our listeners have fun too.
Wow, I'm so glad you're both here. That's great.
That's awesome.
Is there anything you would like to say to any of us?
One final thing you'd like to tell us before we finish up?
So you can spell it out.
I'm not getting much. They just want to stay on yes. Do you want to spell it out, or are you done? I think they're done.
Okay.
Very cool.
Thank you.
There you go, folks.
So glad you're here.
We didn't get any calls in asking a question, but hey,
Yeah.
it was interesting nonetheless.
Didn't one of you have a question out there?
Guess not. Last chance if you want to call in.
I mean,
628-444-3202. Last chance.
This studio is very haunted.
It is.
It is.
And you never know. It might be somebody connected with you who comes in and
That's right.
you ask a question and they might know the answer.
This is the month for the dead.
That's right.
Yes, it is the month where the veils are thin.
And
Absolutely.
don't worry.
Sending right now.
You know our show. It's not like we're not going to do this again. I was thinking we might want to do this once a month.
Oh yeah,
Like on one of our
absolutely.
shows
Once a month?
Yeah.
like
Might
the
be
first
fun.
week of every
that,
month.
That might be good. And of course, it's a very serious thing we're
Yeah.
doing, and we all, and we might get some interesting results. Actually,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Is
that's
there
an
any
idea.
other spirits here with us? There we go.
All right.
Yes, there are.
Well, we're going to go to our music break here real quick, and then we're going to wrap up. And hopefully you listened in on our live Ouija board seance. We got some interesting results, and I definitely want to try this again.
Sure.
Yes.
All right.
It just keeps going and going.
All right. We'll be right back.
David and his friend Anthony both interested in the paranormal, decided to take a trip to the gate in Libertyville, a little private investigation. This night, it appeared that they were not in luck, since no activity could be recorded. After they were debating about leaving the place, Anthony's phone suddenly began to ring. The caller ID showed that his grandmother was calling. Here is what happened next.
Hello? Hello? Listen. Hello? Recording. Hello? Yeah, that's really strange. It's your grandma? Yeah. Grandma. Grandma.
To hell.
working in the lab late one night when my eyes beheld an eerie sight. For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abode to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun.
In a shoe
The party had just begun.
In a shoe
The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive, but their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker Five,
Played the mash.
they played the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?"
It's now the mash.
It's now the monster
The
mash.
monster mash.
And it's a graveyard
It's now
smash.
the mash.
It's caught on in a flash.
It's now the mash.
It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool, Drac's a part of the band, and my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them Boris sent you.
Then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash,
The monster mash.
and do my graveyard
Then you can
smash.
mash.
You'll catch on in a flash,
Then you can mash.
then you can monster mash. You impetuous young boy. Mash good.
Monster mash. Monster mash.
Not too long ago, Max moved into his new apartment. His family was over at his place to give him a hand with all of his boxes. They all got thrown off a bit when his mother's phone started to ring. An unidentified voice was on the other end.
Who is it? Can you say your name? Who are you?
Well, I was going to a party in Amityville. Matter of fact, it was the house at the top of of the hill. But I would have never went for nothing in the world except I got an invite for one of my girls. When I got to the house, the grass was over the fence. The atmosphere around would keep me in suspense. So I rang the doorbell like there ain't no thing. And this gruesome guy came and said,
"Hello, Frosty. I understand they call you the love bug. What a cute little bug. I'd like to put you between my fingers."
it's the house on the hill. Amityville. House on the hill. So he grabbed me by the collar, picked me off my feet. And all I could hear was this spooky beat. And when it finally put me down, my heart felt like stopping. But it wouldn't stop because the house was rocking. The bass was kicking and the house was loud. And let me tell you, it wasn't your average crowd. They had this guy on the mic, he was dressed in black. He had a messed up face with a hunch on his back. It's the house on the hill. It's called Amityville. House on the hill. Amityville. I told you it's the house on the hill. Amityville. And all of a sudden I heard this terrible crash. And on the stage was the group called the Monster Mash. And there's a little something I must admit. I never seen so many girls with cousin it. And in the middle of the floor I saw a hat and a coat. But the rest wasn't there and that ain't no joke. There was a girl at the bar, she was looking fine. But she turned out to be the bride of Frankenstein. It's Amityville now. Come on, girl, we're going straight to. We're gonna take a visit. It's the house on the hill. Everybody goes to Amityville. House on the hill.
I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Scotty beamed us down here by mistake. Spock, you've got to get us out of here. Hi, Captain, I'd like to, but we cannot get a fix. Spock, the people here are dressed so strangely. Strange 20th century life form. There's an actual love bug walking around. Spock, analysis, please. Yes, Captain, no problem. 20th century phenomenon.
It's Amityville, y'all. You want to go to the house on the hill? Amityville, house on the hill. Crack walked out with no kind of class, drinking something that was bubbling from out of his glass. So I panicked and I hit the deck, 'cause I swore he was coming straight for my neck. Then he said,
Yo, Starsky, there's no need to fear. Didn't you read the invite? You're the star of the year. All the monsters came from miles around just to hear you rock, because you got down.
house on the hill. You want to go? Come on. There's enough room. We can all go to the house on the hill. The next thing you know, with the hand clap shower, I realized I was the man of the hour. So I got on the mic without no mistake, and all the monsters in the house started to break. And then I put down the mic, said that is that. Gave Drac a high five and he changed to a bat. So I said, today I'm asleep like a lamb. But don't you know we were rocking at the Monster Town? You wanna go? Come on, let's go to. You didn't understand me? I said Amityville to the house on the hill. It's the house on the hill. You make the left and you make the right, then you go Amityville. House on the hill. It's Amityville. Amityville. Oh, yeah, we got to go there, man. I'm serious. We got to. It's the house on the hill.
Okay, and welcome back. That was The Omen, Ave Santani, Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett, and Amityville, The House on the Hill by Lovebug Starsky. You heard our live seance here tonight. You heard an interview with Betty Weimar from Virginia City, Nevada. And I think we got some good results tonight, right?
Yeah, I think we did.
Yeah, good
I
seance.
think so.
And we just decided we're probably not going to do it every month. We're just going to kind of do it as, we feel like doing it. If we feel like we want a seance, let's do a seance. If we don't, we don't, right?
And if you like it, why don't you write to us in the Echo Portal page and tell us what you think. And if
call
you want
in
more,
when we have one.
There you go.
Be part of the seance.
That way it can be more spontaneous and we can leave room for guests and other subjects. But definitely if the mood hits us to do it, we should.
Yeah. Or try
the
new
studio
things.
is very haunted.
If we want to
It's very
try new
haunted
things,
studio,
if we
I
want to
agree.
do like dowsing rods or something crystal.
dowsing rods.
We should try different
Let's
things.
do different things.
definitely.
Absolutely.
Try,
Let's play.
Yeah, why not? That's why we're here, right?
Right on.
We're on the air inside the Ecto portal. That's what it's all about.
That's
right?
what the Ecto portal is all about.
That's right. So, we're going to be off for the next 2 weeks. A break.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's during Halloween, but this is the Halloween show, so you can listen to it next week, and you can listen to it the week after, and then on November 9th, we're going to be back again in the studio live with our subject of time travel.
Time travel. Oh, yes. I forgot for the moment.
See,
Forgive
she
me.
was back in time, so she forgot
I was,
before we decided it was time travel. So
yeah.
she has to go to the future now, so she knows when.
Right. So I'm back in present time. It's
Right.
going
How'd
to
our
be
show
about time
go?
travel.
And just to let you know that October 31st will be my 23rd wedding anniversary with my husband.
Congratulations! I thought you were going to say your birthday. I'm like, wow.
Oh, no.
I love when I'm 23 again.
I just had to plug that in.
That's awesome. Okay.
That's great.
Thank you.
All right, so I guess we'll see you on November 9th back here in the Ecto Portal. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Happy Halloween.
See you soundly.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Hallows.
Mommy?
Mommy? Mommy?